Welcome to another episode of NeverendingPanel.com. Tonight we have a special guest, Dino Andrade, who is the founder of SoulGeek.com. He's also a voiceover actor from World of Warcraft, Guitar Hero, Call of Duty. You may recognize his voice as Snap from Snap, Crackle, and Pop from the TV commercials. Also, he was the voice of Scarecrow on Batman Arkham Asylum.
Batman Arkham Asylum.
I believe that's an album. Never mind.
Yes.
Anyways, next to Dino is the lovely Michelle Pincus, and next to Michelle is Eitan Collin, founder, Duberhead brother of mine, and then Tim Trebich, who is Soundman Tim and will be not paying attention. Anyways, tonight's episode is superhero breakups, not necessarily those of couples, but can be those of couples. It could be teams too. How would you, what evil way might you possibly break up a superhero team, and why would you do it?
Actually, I'm thinking I'm going to go for all-in-one here. I would like to break up the Fantastic Four, and I'd like to break up the Fantastic Four. I think a good way to do it would be if the Invisible Girl and the Thing had an affair, which would just hit all the plots right there. You'd have all the modern
it would be so
drama, soap opera, and that way you not only break up a famous long-term couple, in fact, I think the longest-term couple in superhero-dem, but you would also break up one of the oldest superhero teams in superhero-dem, both all at once. So that would be, if I was going to go for it like that, drama, soap opera, pathos, and plus the fight scenes there would be wonderful. I mean, I'd buy that comic. I haven't bought comics in years. That would just be like, the Thing and Mr. Fantastic going at it in the middle of New York.
So
you slept with my wife.
Basically a Fleetwood Mac saga of the Fantastic Four. Like they were all kind of sleeping with each other and breaking up and.
Well, I don't think the Human Torch would, because it's his sister. No, that would be a little bit too weird.
Yeah,
that would be a little bit too weird.
See everybody choose sides there.
Even modern Marvel, I don't think is going to go that far.
Yeah.
All right, I love it.
Epic on the other.
Could you possibly break up a couple like Green Hornet and Kato out of sheer embarrassment? Run a puff piece, implying that there was more to the relationship than necessarily breaking apart gangs and stuff. And so therefore they can't be seen together. Can you force a breakup that way, just through sheer...
Well, you might be able to get away with that
Esquire,
with 60s Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Well, it also depends, because in different versions, Kato's a girl, and it's very likely that when she's a girl, that, yes, they do hook up.
But if it was like in a modern-day situation, she could sue for, harassment or any of that kind of stuff,
and so she gets the car.
And she gets the car. So it would be a bad situation to get into a relationship with your fellow crime
divorce
fighter.
Court for Mr. and Mrs.
Divorce
Fantastic.
court.
That would be who gets the Baxter Building. My God, this is even better than I thought. Custody of the kids. I mean,
Well, the thing is, though,
they need to write this comic.
You can't break them up because they were actually together before they were even superheroes. When they were just astronauts, they were together.
See how seriously she's taking it? This is why you have to break them
up.
Marvel, listen to me.
Right?
You got a gold mine here. Take this vein and mine it.
Did John Lennon stick with his first wife after he became famous? No, he dumped her.
Well, let's not forget also you have the movie versions too. I mean, you got like the X-Men. Okay, when Dark Phoenix essentially broke up with Wolverine, Cyclops, both, however you want to look at it. Look at the body count that ensued. Okay, Where else in fantasy entertainment has a breakup caused that much carnage?
You can almost see the scene where the government calls in the famous psychiatrist and says, "Listen, we need you to get these two together because body count will ensue if they break up and they're fighting again." You could see that scene taking place.
Superhero divorce court.
Superhero therapist to the stars.
There are so many potential options here. Or if you just want to take the movies, she could have an affair with Victor Von Doom. I think that would piss off Mr. Fantastic even more than it was the Thing.
That's some images.
Exactly.
That would piss off
the mechanical concepts alone are just truly horrifying.
Well, her brother would never talk to her, and the Thing would never talk to her again either.
But what if it was Mr. Fantastic's fault? Ooh. I'm telling you, Marvel, you gotta mind this. You gotta mind this. This is gold here.
Peter
I'm
Parker's
handing you
girlfriend,
gold.
what was her name again?
MJ.
Which one?
MJ. What if
the first one, MJ?
No,
the one from Doc Ock.
Gwen Stacy, the
I don't
blonde.
remember. The movie.
Well, she fell off a bridge.
MJ.
MJ. So, what if MJ went with Doc Ock because he was so good with those multiple hands?
I
mean, a great lover. If he,
Well, in the movie,
I'm just trying to think of twisted ways to break up.
How Japanese of you.
Yes.
Well, you have to also think about, the future. I mean, Doc Ock, pretty bright, science-wise. Peter Parker, day job, pizza delivery boy.
Yeah, and you're thinking
Weigh the
Doc Ock
two.
not only bright science guy, but he knows how to use all. We only see him like destroying things with those hands, presumably in the hands of a genius sophisticate who likes wine and is all that.
Okay,
He'd probably be a fantastic.
Doc Ock actually dated Aunt May. If you want to pair Mary Jane up with someone else, at least the
We're trying to break him up.
yes, then put her with Harry Osborn, Peter's best friend and the Green Goblin, because that actually almost happened.
No, if you want to... Oh, so you're saying MJ goes with Harry.
Yes.
It's just
All
not
right.
as,
Yes.
It's not as Yes, I agree with you. And I think they even played that a little bit in the movie, a little bit of that jealousy thing going. I'm just thinking how twisted.
It makes more logical sense,
Yeah.
but it's not as funny.
Yes.
And I say always go with the funny.
Yeah, because you could see like Doc Ock and MJ on a date, where he, with one of his arms, he saves the thing from falling, or he prevents, whatever.
I'm sorry, I can't, because I read the series of comics where he dated Aunt May.
All right, we can't get past Aunt May.
Just can't get
Who
the
can't
image of
get
Aunt
past
May.
Aunt May?
Yeah.
If we're going to break somebody up, I think we need to break up Superman and Lois Lane.
Yes.
And if we're going to do it in a funny way, a way that's just completely ridiculous, but it's a Who Framed Roger Rabbit because he makes me laugh, I'm thinking Lois Lane and Mr. What the heck's that guy's name who speaks from... You can't say his name backwards.
Oh, Mixoplex.
That's it.
Gesundheit. Sorry.
I think her and that guy. I mean, her and Lex Luthor, okay, you can see it. It's not completely impossible. Her
Well,
and
see,
General
her-
Zod, okay, if she's into the whole domination thing.
Well, what
but
about-
her and
what about
Mr.
her-
Mixoplex would just be a whole framed Roger Rabbit complete moment.
Yeah, but you're looking at this power versus that power. But what if it was Superman loses Lois to Jimmy Olsen? Can't you just see
Interesting.
Superman just sitting there saying, "But it's Jimmy Olsen"?
He's the comic relief. How could I lose to the comic relief?
I'm Superman.
Well, it could be like because he's just so good looking and so super that he's out of everybody's league, and so he doesn't get any dates.
Or come on, it's the modern era, people. What if Superman loses Lois Lane to Lana Lang?
Oh, very
We just
good.
completely, we just
I'd
got a
read
whole.
that one. I'd read that one.
Ah, yeah, I think there's a market out there for that one. That's not limited. In fact, knowing most of the teenage boys in America, they would all read it too.
It would be a big seller.
Oh yes,
That would be a big sell.
would be a big sell.
This is a little bit more like literary, but you can imagine like Superman, Clark Kent reading in his spare time, and he would be reading like Larry Niven's treatise on why Superman can have sex with Lois Lane, and as he's reading, he's like, "Oh my God, he's right," and then they never get together because everything in the Superman. I don't know if you ever read that thing where
And Jimmy
Man of
Olsen
Steel,
just
Woman of
swoops on
Kleenex?
it.
Man of Steel, Woman of Kleenex, where Larry Niven essentially shows to the laws of physics why it would never actually be able to happen. And can you imagine Superman reading that and going, "Oh, dang," Anyways, I'm sorry. Yes, go ahead.
Or Jimmy Olsen reading it and going, "Woohoo!"
Oh yeah, and then slipping the story over into Lois Lane's
kinda-
desk, just sliding it over. Oh, that's good. I like that. That's a more evil angle.
Well, I'm 5'4". I'm rooting for Jimmy.
Go, Jimmy. Get high five on that
You
one.
have the T-shirt WWJD. What would Jimmy do? Yeah. All right. Well, in our final 30 or 40 seconds, any last comments on superhero breakups?
Yeah, I want to see the Fantastic Four breakup. Marvel, I've given it to you for free. If you want to talk to me about writing up some treaties for you, I'll be glad to do it. Mine it. Mine that one.
I just like seeing breakups because it's all filled with rife and human suffering and
Superhero divorce court.
Superhero
Who gets the
divorce
Baxter
court.
building? Who gets
I
the
love
flying
it.
car? Come
Superhero
on.
divorce court. That could be a whole series in and of itself. Anyways, do your little down below thing.
Thank you for seeing us over here on Neverending Panel. If you liked what we said, or if you think that there's something else we need to know, please let us know down below.
Thank you for being with us on another episode of NeverendingPanel.com. Good night.